Hello. Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen? Okay. Yeah, great. See, in last session, just we discussed about what? How to create virtual machine with the availability set. So, to configure what is that? Load balancer, minimum we require two virtual machines. To configure the load balancer, minimum we require two virtual machines. So, we deploy two virtual machines. Okay. Also, we install IIS. Also, we have installed IIS. Now, I would like to deploy the application. How can you host the application? Just click on VM1. Okay, start. Okay, start this. Yeah, VM. Try to access it. MSTSC. Paste it. Connect. Okay, SharePoint at the rate of 1234. Yes. Okay, so open IIS, INET MGR. Okay, this is the IIS web server. Now, host one application. Okay, how to host one application is Notepad, HTML, close HTML, body BG color, yellow, close body. Okay, H1. Welcome to Azure Load Balancer. The data is coming from web server 01. That is VM1. Okay, close H1. Save it. Index.html. Minimize it. Yeah, copy this file, paste it. Okay, under this location, paste it. Okay, yeah, next. refresh. Copy this IP, paste it. See what it is showing. Welcome to Azure Load Balancer. The data is coming from web server 01. Yes. Now same way, host that application into web server 02. Okay. Yeah. Now navigate to VMs, virtual machine 2. Okay. Copy this IP. Start it. Okay. Copy MSTS. Okay. Paste it. Connect. SharePoint at the rate of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Open IAS server. INET MZR. Okay. Expand it. Expand it. Right click. Explore it. Okay. Yeah. Close. Paste that file. Cut. Paste it. Okay. I'm going to edit the content. So here I'm giving orange. Web server 02 VM2. Go save it. Right. Now try to access it. This is the VM2. Paste it. Got it. So this output is coming from VM1. This output is coming to VM2. Okay. Now I would like to configure the load balancer. The load balancer would be, have a look. So this is the virtual machine 1, right? This is what? Another virtual machine. Okay. Now I am going to configure the load balancer. The load balancer configuration would be like this. Okay. Yeah. Next, we have to configure load balancer. LB also which contain one IP. This we will call it as VIP, virtual IP address. Okay. So I said, right, for example, tcs.com. How can you check? IP of tcs.com. NS lookup and mention that ID. Okay. Like wipro.com. Okay. NS lookup hyphen, what is that? IP. Okay. So if any user hit the application, if any user hit my application, the request will go to load balancer. Either the request would be routed to server 1 or server 2. For example, server 1 handling 10 requests at this moment, server 2 handling 9 requests. If 20th request is coming from outside, then it should handle by server 2 as it is handling low request. Okay, so they have designed round robin algorithm. Round robin algorithm in the sense that traffic would be routed to both the servers equally. Okay, yeah, next have a look how can you do that. Now first navigate to all services. Okay, all services, networking, load balancer. Okay, just highlight. Uh, yeah, highlight. I mean, click on this plug star symbol. Yes, load balancer. Now see, read it out what they have provided. What is that? With a built-in load balancing for cloud services and virtual machine, you can create high available and scalable application in a minutes. Okay. In Azure load balancer support TCP UDP based protocol such as HTTP, HTTPS and SMTP protocols. Okay. Yeah. This is about what? Azure load balancer. Right. Now create it. Okay. Yeah. Here I am giving load balancer -RG. Okay. What is the name of the load balancer? My load balancer. My LB. Okay. Yeah. Next. So here three types of SKU, type of load balancers. We have standard load balancer, basic load balancer, and the gateway load balancer. It is new, just they introduced last week. Okay. Anyhow, we will go for standard load balancer. Mine is license. My subscription is license. You should accept anything. Okay. As you are using free trial, just to verify which one is working fine. Right? Yeah. Next. Now this is public or private? Public. For example, have a look. TCS.com. This is the public or private? Public. I would like to know the IP for this TCS.com URL. Can I do that? Yes. Go to command prompt. Okay. NS lookup. TCS.com. See, this is the IP. Now copy, paste it. Hit enter. See, it is taking us to same site. Are you getting? So, it is what? Public load balancer. That's why I'm choosing public. Okay. Yeah. Next, IP configuration. As he said, see, this is the IP of your TCS. So what is the IP of my application? As he said, these two are virtual machines, right? These two are virtual machines. This is load balancer. Each contains VIP. VIP means whatever the IP we pasted for TCS, right? That is the VIP, virtual IP address for load balancer. Okay, yeah, next. How can you configure in our case? Now add front-end IP configuration. I am giving my VIP, virtual IP address. Okay, create one IP, my PIP, my public IP, right? Next. Now see guys, it will generate one IP address that we can access it. Now, okay, okay, clear? This is the IP. See, here IP address would be appear later. Okay, my pip, it is showing one, what is that? Address, right? It will give 10.10.10.10. That is your virtual machine load balancer IP. Okay, yeah. Next, backend pools. What is the backend pool? For example, if we have 10 servers in the load balancer, I mean 10 servers if we have for your project. So how many servers to be added into the load balancer? How many server to be added into the load balancer? R2, R3, R4, R5, whatever it is count. Okay, add backend pool. I am giving my backend pool. Okay, mention the virtual network. This is the virtual network. Okay, add IP addresses. See, this is the IP address. Virtual machine 1. Another IP address. Virtual machine 2. Like that, how many servers to be added into the load balancer? We can add into backend pool. Yes, save it. Next, mention what is that add load balancing rule. Okay, so how it will be maintained the rule, so that we'll see now not required. Okay, leave it. Go for with default tags. Hit on review plus created. See here I am not mentioning any rule. Inbound rule, outbound rule, I haven't mentioned. It is not required for load balancer. Okay, yeah, click on it. Which are required when you are configuring the private load balancer. Okay, yeah, go to resource. See guys, if you observe, health probe, we haven't configured. This is mandatory step. Okay, totally we have to configure 3 steps. These are the 3 components of your load balancer. One is front-end IP, already we provided. Back-end pool, now we have to, already this is also configured. Health probe has to be configured under load balancing rule as well. Okay, yeah, first thing, go and verify front-end IP. Yes, this is the IP guys, which I said. Okay, if I copy and paste it here, it will give you an error. Okay, it is giving an error, right? Yes. Now, why? Because we haven't configured totally. Now, see, go to backend pools. Yes, it has been configured. Health probe. So, what is the health probe? Okay, health probe in the sense just it will verify. Okay, just it will verify whether servers are healthy or not. Okay, for example, we have two virtual machines. Two virtual machines. Okay, yeah, for example, have a look. Okay, these are the two virtual machines. This is the load balancer. So what it does is, okay, what it does is, just it will verify whether VM1 is healthy or not, whether VM is healthy or not. Okay, for example, what is that? For example, okay, VM1 is not healthy, then automatically server would be removed from the load balancer. Server would be removed from the load balancer. Okay, server would be removed from the load balancer. Then the moment when you fix that issue, then the server will get added into load balancer automatically. Okay, so how can you configure health probe? Just add it. See my health probe. My health probe. Okay, so this is the protocol. What is the port number? 80. Okay, next interval second is 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds, it will verify whether VMs are healthy or not. Okay, yeah, if one of the VM is not responding, then automatically it get removed from the load balancer. The entire traffic could be routed to VM2. Okay, the moment you fix that issue, then automatically the server will get added into the load balancer. Then it will start sending incoming traffic. Clear? That is called health probe. So read it out. It is giving some info. It is important to enter a question. Okay. So see, health probes are used to check the status of backend pool instance. Here instance in the sense virtual machine. If if the health probe fails to get the response from backend instance, one instance, then no new connection will be sent to that backend instance until the health probe is succeeds again. Okay. So new connections in the sense incoming traffic. This is about what? Health probe. Now configure it. Okay, yeah, it has been configured. So here port 80 we are mentioning, right? Why? Because my applications are running 80 port number. Okay, if it is 443, the port has to be changed. Right? Yeah. Next, this is the load balancing rule. Okay, add my LB rule. Okay, my LB rule. See, this is the front end IP. So backend pool already we configured. This is the backend pool. Okay. What is the port number? 80. If your application is running on 443, mention the port number 443. Okay. Port backend port also 80. Now health probe. This is the health probe. Okay. So TCP test. I don't require to TCP reset. If it enable, every time it will verify. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Floating front end IP. What does it mean? So without floating IP, Azure expose the traditional load balancing IP address managing the schema for easy to use. So floating IP is not required. This is the standard load balancer and you can leave it as is. Okay, or else you can also disable this TCP reset option. Now add it. See, yeah, see, this is the one, right? Now navigate to overview. Okay, you don't see this IP address here. Go to backend IP configuration. See, this is the IP which I have copied earlier. Same IP, guys. See, this is the same IP. Okay, now this can be accessible. See, open fresh window, incognito mode. Paste it. See, my request went to server 1. I am pinging in the chat. You people test it out from your local and paste it in chart so that we can verify whether our load balancer is working fine or not. Yes, I am pasted. Can you test it out, guys? Yes, VM1, right? First. Okay. And let me know whether any request is going to VM2. Equally, it should distribute. Totally 10 members are there, right? 5 members should go to VM1. 5 members request should go to VM2. Yeah, can you people test it out, everyone? At least one request should go to VM2 so that we can test it out other way. So your response, please paste it in chat so that I can understand. Okay, VM1, VM1. Okay, someone said it is VM2. Okay, so Jitendra said VM2. Yes, my load balancer perfectly working fine. Okay, yeah. Now, yes. Now what I will do now? I will stop the VM. Okay, as I said, if any VM has some issue, then entire traffic would be routed to another virtual machine. Okay, now navigate to virtual machines, highlight the VM, stop it. Assume that VM has some issue. Okay, yeah. Now same load balancer IP, refresh. See, mine also went to server 2. Okay, now every request should go to server 2. Yes, okay. So my load balancer is working fine. Okay, let it be. Confirm everyone if you are facing any issues. Yeah, that is good. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. Now, what I will do now, I will start the VM. Assume that I have fixed that issue. Now, what Health Pro will do? It will keep verify whether server 1 is healthy or not. The moment it detects that VM1 is healthy, immediately it will transfer the request to VM1 as well. Or else, in other words, we can say it will start sending incoming traffic to VM1 as well. Right? Start it again. Okay, now uh, close all the browsers and everyone test it out. Same. Okay, I am opening in incognito mode. Paste it, hit enter. See, mine still going to server 2. Could you please verify from everyone close that window and open it? At least 2 or 3 requests should go to server 1. Why? Because server 1 is problematic server. Yeah, Venkatesh, yeah, he said VM1. Yes. So here what health probe is doing, automatically it is verifying whether VM is healthy or not. The moment it detects VM1 is not healthy, then automatically what? Route the traffic to VM2. So this is about what? How to configure the load balancer. Okay. So public load balancer, if you see in outside whatever it is, tcs.com, wipro.com, okay, they are using what? Public load balancer. Okay, not in Azure. They have their own web servers and are using. Okay. Yeah. So it is important topic. They will ask you many interview questions you may expect from here. What is the health probe? First question. Second question, what is the backend pool? So at this moment, we have added only one backend pool. Can we add 3 or 4 backend pools? Yes, we can add it, guys. Okay, we can add it. And if your application running on 443, where do we add this port number? Where do we add? Backend pool. Okay. Yeah, while configuring the backend pool, we have to add. For example, go to load balancer, create another load balancer. Backend pool, here we can add it. Go to backend pool, add another backend pool. Okay. Yeah, so this is this application running on, what is that? 443. Okay, so this is about what? That one. Now go to load balancing rule, add the rule. See, here we have to choose port number 443 and 443 if application is running on 443. Okay, so this is how we can manage and configure the load balancer. Okay, test it out in your free trial just to verify whether it is working or not. I am using this is license for me 100% it will work. So I hear that last week load balancer is not working for free trial. Do the configuration whatever I did, but East US it may not support for you. Go for South India and configure it and let me know if you are facing any issues. I will guide you. Okay. Yeah. So load balancer topic. This is costly service, one of the costly service in Azure. So once you practice this session, try to remove it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to remove it. That's why I defined separate. What is that? Resource group. Under that we deploy both the VMs. Okay. Yeah. I am going to delete it. Next, another very important topic is disaster recovery. So what is the disaster recovery? For example, okay, you people are accessing one virtual machine. You people are accessing one virtual machine. All of a sudden, this virtual machine is crashed. Okay, if we don't have the backup, even Microsoft team also can't do anything. Okay, if your virtual machine is crashed or someone deleted accidentally, okay, even Microsoft team also can't do anything. Okay, if you have the backup, just they will suggest you restore it from there. Okay, disaster recovery means disaster recovery is a service in Azure and it is used to recover the services if any disaster happen is called disaster recovery. Okay, I am repeating. What is the disaster recovery? DR is a service in Azure and it is used to recover the services if any disaster happens. Okay, or any unexpected events are occurred is called disaster recovery. Okay, yeah. Now have a look. So to implement disaster recovery, we have to use one service called recovery service vault. Recovery service vault. Okay, yeah, recovery service vault. Right. So yeah, we can perform, what is that? We can implement disaster recovery service for on-premises or cloud. On-premises and cloud both. For example, in on-premises, if we have different servers like maybe Java server, .NET server, PHP server, or any SQL server, okay, any VMware, okay, any hypervisor, any virtual machines are there, you can trigger the backup. These backups would be stored in cloud, Azure cloud. In on-premises also, if any virtual machine is crashed or something happened or some unexpected events are occurred, then immediately as we have the backup and which was stored in cloud, we will able to restore it. Okay, that's what they mention on-premises. As I said, in on-premises, if we have any of these servers, maybe SQL server, Exchange server, SharePoint server, VMware, hypervisor, okay, system bare metal services, anything, okay, if you we can trigger the backup by using disaster recovery services in Azure. Okay, so we can configure these disaster recovery services from on-premises or cloud. Okay, in the Azure cloud, what else we can trigger the backup? Okay, in the Azure cloud also, we have virtual machines. We have uh, SAP HANA, SAP HANA, SAP HANA database for SAP. Okay, next, uh, um, SQL Server as SQL Server IaaS, infrastructure as a services. Okay, in the cloud, we can trigger the backup for all these three services. Okay, one is VM backup, SAP HANA, SQL Server as these three. Okay, application backup already I shown you. Database backup already I shown you. What else we have? Nothing, right? Database backup I explained. Application backup I explained. What else we have explained? Virtual machine in Azure, virtual machine in on-premises. Okay, yeah. So to configure, okay, to configure disaster recovery service. So what is the service name did I mention? A recovery service vault. Okay, go to all services. Okay, yeah, go to all services. Here just type disaster. Just type disaster. See, here it is providing keywords. Disaster recovery, virtual machines, disaster recovery, virtual machine data. Okay, yeah, highlight this one. It will be placed in blade. Okay, it will be placed in the blade. Okay, click on recovery service work. So this is the one, right? Create. Okay, yeah, I am creating recovery service vault. For example, I am creating fresh resource group, uh, disaster, my disaster hyphen RG, or else I will give some different name, recovery service vault. All are small letters. Hyphen RG. Okay, yeah. So vault name I can mention my disaster recovery, my recovery service vault, anything. My disaster recovery service hyphen vault. Okay, my disaster recovery hyphen service hyphen vault. Okay, yeah. Now just I am creating the services. Next tags, hit on review plus create it. Yeah, create. Okay, create it. Okay, yeah. Now have a look. Yeah, my disaster recovery service vault. So as I said, using this service, we can trigger the backup on-premises services as well as what? Azure cloud. What is that? Azure cloud. Right? Yeah. Next. Now, see, click on backup, which is displaying two options. One is Azure on-premises. In on-premises, see list of services. For list of services, we can trigger the backup. For files and folders, hypervisor, VMware, Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft SharePoint, Microsoft Exchange, System State, bare metal services. What is that? Bare metal services. Clear? Now, same when you go for cloud, Azure. See here we have virtual machines, Azure file share, and SQL IaaS, SAP as I said. Okay, we also have another service called Azure file share. Azure file share. How can you use Azure file share? That also we can verify. Okay, so to configure the backup, it will take very long time. As I said, first we will discuss about on-premises. Okay, in on-premises, first we will configure for files and folders. For example, in our local laptop or desktop, if we have important files, for that folder also we can trigger the backup. Once you trigger the backup, then backup should be triggered. These backups are managed by Microsoft. At any moment, if your laptop got corrupted or something happened or you rebuild the OS, the data might be lost. Am I right? That case, as we have the backup, immediately we can restore it. Okay, that is the one big advantage of what? Backup, how to trigger the backup for on-premises services. Okay, so how to configure the backup for on-premises that we will see in next session. Okay, so load balancer important topic. Okay, you people practice one time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone. Tomorrow I'll connect back. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Bye.